Hey everybody, Professor Doom here. Call me a conspiracy theorist, if you will. We're going to come back to this picture of the person that they claim is Diego Barajas Medina. For you who are watching this video and don't know who this individual is, this is the individual that they claim had broke into an amusement park and was found dead in a woman's bathroom, all decked out with ghost guns, live and fake explosive devices, and SWAT gear, and looks like law enforcement patches on his SWAT clothing. That's the story we were given. We'll come back to the picture momentarily, but let's take a look at what David Barajas, the brother of Diego, has to say about Diego. And as you will see, a pattern starts to emerge, like a particular person that we saw back in December 14th of 2012 with the initials AL. That's all I'm going to say. You figure it out from there who I'm talking about, because if I even mention that name, I'll probably get a strike on my video. So let's take a look and see what he says. He says that the two brothers and his mother shared a two-bedroom apartment in Carbondale, Colorado, where Barajas Medina, or Diego, stayed up every night playing video games, according to his brother. He didn't talk to us, and he described him as a quiet person and that he was depressed because he lost his job at a family tree a year ago and had financial difficulties. Okay, think about this. So he stays up playing video games all night, and he has financial difficulties. Of course, we have the depression that they allude to here. Let's take a look at something about his financial difficulties and what his brother said that he was doing about those. Right. Diego was reselling items on Amazon to make ends meet, but he was behind on his share of rent, according to David. He spent every night playing Call of Duty and went to bed at 6 a.m. Despite his unconventional lifestyle, Diego seemed normal, according to his brother, and Diego apparently entered the amusement park while it was closed, armed with a AR-style rifle, semi-automatic pistol, explosives both real and fake, and was wearing bulletproof vest and typical clothing of SWAT officers. His brother said that Diego always wanted to be a police officer and had several weapons and a tactical vest. Okay, so let me get this straight. He was having financial difficulties, yet he owned an AR-style rifle, AR-15. He had a tactical vest. He had SWAT-type clothing. He had video games. He had enough money to purchase the material to create these alleged IEDs, improvised explosive devices, as they claim in their storyline. And he had enough money for ammunition, but he didn't sell any of these things to make ends meet. So what exactly was he selling? And why is it that it doesn't appear that his family seen him packing up his car or anything of this nature, and yet they say he was depressed? Well, are you sure it was because he lost his job or because he was reclusive and staying in his room playing video games? But I don't even believe that story. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm just going to go with the conspiracy here and say that this whole story is a load of crap, from the point of that he was selling all of his stuff on Amazon, yet he had all the money to purchase everything, as I stated. Yes, maybe he did purchase things before he he went into financial difficulty, but he didn't sell any of the items, the vest, anything. Didn't sell his video games, didn't sell his video game player. So obviously, if you're saying that he was spending all night playing video games and he went to bed at 6 o'clock, when did he ever find time to post anything on Amazon to sell? Or whatever. It doesn't make sense. But let's go take a look at his picture, because I think that there are some very, very telling things about the picture. Just like all of the pictures that were provided to the media back in 2012 of Mr. A.L., first name Adam, you know who I'm talking about. And we witnessed the Photoshop job that they provided of those pictures. And you knew that you were being played. We knew that we were being played, regardless of what other people out there want to just call us, fake tards or whatever. It doesn't matter. But what I want you to notice, okay, here, his head is not tilted, okay? It's not tilted. But I want you to look very closely, very closely. Why does his left ear look like it's lower than the right ear on his head? That's one. Can you see it? Draw a line straight across, and you will see that his left ear, follow it across his nose. The other one sits up much higher and lines up with the nose than the one on the right. If you take a look at his eyes, don't they look unnatural? If you take a look at his left eye, it is pointing almost straight forward and not just looking off to the side of the camera. While the right eye is more in and looking more directly at the camera. And this is not because of being cross-eyed. This has something to do with the photo. Take a look at the eyebrow on the right, or on the right, and you'll see it goes up and then straight down. The other one, it almost appears like he's cocking his eyebrow up, but he's not, because it doesn't reflect that in his eyelid coming up. Okay. Now I want you to take a look at his left eye, and you'll see that the left eye sits lower than the right eye. Draw a line straight across. This is what I see. This is what I see. Does it look to you like it sits lower than the right? And when I bring this picture in, all right, and it's not pixelated anywhere, but when I start bringing it out like this, before anything, you can start seeing pixelation around his jawline, especially just right below his jaw, leading into his throat neck area. If I were to guess, to me, this picture looks photoshopped. That's what it says to me. The story doesn't make sense. This image doesn't make sense. And the fact that they're telling us that, wait a minute. How exactly is it that you're figuring, just because he was decked out in this, that his whole purpose was to attack a community? Okay, that's one. They assume because they found him decked out in this material with these items on him, well, he must have been using it for that purpose. And then they're telling us that he scrawled a message on the wall. And there's other stuff that they said is unlegible. They can't read it. Um, does anything about this story even sound legit to anybody? Um, hmm. I study this picture a little more, and you look at his left ear, and it looks more outward. And I get because of the angle of the picture, but you would expect to see his right ear just more out than what it is. And it just does not seem that this is a natural picture to me. Just my opinion. You guys take a look at this, study the image very closely, and tell me, am I out of my mind? Or do you guys believe this story for what they claim it to be? Thanks, everybody.